They'll go and sell it.
And I'm sure
they'll sell it to occultic men. They'll use this thing to manufacture them. Instead, let me get myself further involved in Christianity. That was when I now sent text messages to my family members.
Welcome, viewers. I have an interesting testimony here I want us to share, and I'm sure it will be a blessing to someone who may find he or herself in the same situation. We have a brother. Let him introduce himself. Let's know your name and where you come from.
Thank you, sir. My name is Frank Yusuf.
Frank Yusuf.
Yes, sir. I'm from Bauchi State. Originally, my state is Kogi State, but I'm based in Bauchi State.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're an indigenous of Kogi, but you're based in Bauchi. What do you do in Bauchi?
Yeah. Before now, I was working with a bank. I'm a banker.
Okay, you're a worker. It's work that took you there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what tribe is that? What tribe in Kogi?
Igala.
Igala.
Yes, from Ida local government area.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You have been battling with some problems.
Yes,
what
sir.
exactly was the problem you were battling with?
Thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. You see, this problem we are looking at, this problem started several years ago, 2004, May 2004 to be precise, in Bauchi. I joined the bank on the 19th of December 2003. So by May 2004, inside the same Bauchi, I met a
Which
lady.
bank was that?
Zenith Bank.
Zenith Bank.
Yes, we were the pioneer staffs of Zenith Bank in Bauchi branch.
Okay.
We started it. So on the 14th of May, inside the same Bauchi, I now met a lady. She was staying in the hotel. And then I was a Muslim and I was in the world. I met this lady in this hotel. The name of the hotel is Olitina Hotel in Bayangeri in Bauchi there. So when I met this lady, I now asked her, what are you doing here? She told me that, in fact, it was because of the economy. The economy is bad. So that was why she found herself in this street. I said, no, I won't allow you to continue in this street. I'll bring you down to my house. I'll take over your problem from here, from today. She said, okay. So I now gave her money. I made love to her that night. I gave her 500 naira. And then she gave me a condom and I slept with her. By the time I was through with her, she collected the condom. She told me casually that she was going to dispose of the condom. Never knew I was being fooled. When she collected the condom from me, I now left. I told her I was coming to see her the next day, so that I could now arrange how I was going to move her from that place to my place. After I made love to her, she now collected the condom from me that she was going to dispose of the condom. I said, okay. I now left, and then I now told her I was coming back to see her the next day so that we could now perfect her exit from that place.
Yes.
She told me, okay. That was the last time I saw her. That night, when I left that place, the following morning, an object attacked me from my behind here, and then immediately penetrated into my brain and damaged some vital organs of my body. One of the vital organs that was damaged, and I discovered immediately, was my sexual reproductive organ. Because this sperm that this lady collected from me, she took it to a particular kingdom where it was being adulterated, and then a fake part of it was now sent back to me, which located the original place where the sperm was produced and then where it came out from, which is the spermatozoa. That is the system of the body that produces the sperm. It went and distorted that place. The thing did not stop there. It went to the brain and severed my brain from other part of the body. I started having headache and cold. I went back to the hotel the next day. I couldn't see her. The door was locked. She had already left. Now I said, okay. So I went to the office. I couldn't walk. Headache. So I went to a clinic that was being used by Zenith Bank. The name of the clinic is Amsat Clinic inside Bauchi there. I went there. Dr. Sule, who was the medical director, ran a test on me and discovered that I was not having anything, but I was having severe pain inside me. I told you my brain is breaking. He said, no, but we have tested you, everything is okay, maybe you need rest. I said, no, I don't need rest. Something is wrong with me. I started making efforts to locate this girl. I couldn't locate her. So I now came back to the house. I now asked my office people that they should take me down to my place in Kogi for traditional treatment. I thought it was a traditional problem that will require maybe a traditional approach. I never knew it was a spiritual problem that will need a spiritual approach, a very strong spiritual approach for it to be tamed. So they took me down to my village. They said I should pay money. I gave them money. So my mother, my dad, all of them took me to a herbalist. After examination, the herbalist told me that I was carrying a personality inside me. I told him I'm not seeing that personality, but you that you are seeing it, how can you get that personality out of my body? He said I should buy black goat, I should buy white cock, I should buy this. I said how much? I now gave them the money. He went and bought it. That night, somebody went and won a personality, went and won that herbalist. Won the herbalist? To be careful. Jesus. To be careful. So when I came back, the thing refused to go. I told my mother I was going back to Bauchi. That was in December of 2004. I told my mother I was going back to Bauchi. So when I got back to Bauchi... You've been suffering this since 2004? 2004, man of God. Jesus. 2004, man of God. So when I now got back to Bauchi, the thing now wasn't. So by January 2005, a friend of mine came to me. He works with CBN. His name is Omede. He works with CBN, but she up to today as I speak with you is there. All these reports I'm giving you, they are verifiable. You can verify them, you can cross-check them. I'm going to give you names of those you can contact if you are in doubt of any aspect of this story. So Omede came to my place in the office in Zenith Bank, and then I told him what I was going through. Omede now told me that there is a herbalist that used to advertise on FM, Radio FM Bauchi, that his name is Gambari Adebayo. That if I can locate that man, this problem will be over. I said, where does this man live in Bauchi? He said, Gwalaga. I said, okay, I will locate it. I know Gwalaga. So the moment he left my office, I went straight to Gwalaga. From the office, I was well dressed. From the office, I went straight to his house. When I got to the house, I couldn't meet this man. I met the wife. So when I met the wife, I now explained my problem to the wife. The wife now told me that, okay, the husband had traveled, that I should not worry, that she can also handle it. That first, I should drop 200 naira, and then she was going to bring a plate of sand where I will place my 2 palms so that my stars could be red. And after that, they will now proceed from there. I said, okay, I gave her the 200 naira, she brought the sand, and then I placed my both hands on that place, and then she interpreted the stars to be a very good one. That was why people were after me, that they wanted to take my star. I said, how can you bring me out of this problem? She said it was going to cost me 6,000 naira. I brought out my wallet, I gave her the money, I gave her 4,000 to start. She now went and called the husband, man of God. Unknown to me, I was into another problem. It was a collaborative effort between herself and the husband to kill me and then take that star. They went and spoke for about 5 minutes. She came back and prepared a concussion for me to take. Out of ignorance, I took this concussion. The moment I took this concussion, before I went to that place, I was always having pains all over my waist region here. As soon as it's 12 noon, there will be hot sensation. My eyes will be turning me. You see, but I won't concentrate. In fact, I won't be myself. So when the woman gave me this thing and I drank it, the moment I drank this concussion, a strange being now was manipulated and then introduced into my body. Again. It's a second one. The second phase of the whole thing. I said, but madam, my body was not like this when I came to this place. He said, no, this is how it works, that I should not worry, that it will go gradually. I said, okay. I now left her. The next day, she called to tell me that I was in town, that I should come and see Gambari by myself. I now went and then explained everything to Gambari. Gambari told me that he was going to beat me, that I would need to be cleansed spiritually, that he was going to beat me. Gambari went and brought a white dirty cloth from the grave and gave me to cover myself and then bathe. He led me to a place where I now bathe. After I had taken my bath, in between my leg, he brought a pot and then stationed the pot in between my 2 legs while I was taking that bath. By the time I finished bathing, he opened this pot. What I saw inside this pot was a crocodile, live crocodile inside the pot. He took the crocodile and then took it inside his bedroom and then made further enchantments and incantations, and then came back and then gave me honey to lick mixed with other concussion. I licked the honey. So after I had finished taking the honey, he now said I should go back and see him the next day. I went back to the office. When I got to the office, the letter was already waiting for me, transferring me to Zaria, that I had been transferred to Zaria, that I should go to Zaria. I said, can I go to Zaria with this problem? I now went back to Gambari. I thought I was dealing with a honest person. I now went back to Gambari, and then I explained my problem to them that, look, I have been transferred. Since I'm already on treatment here, how am I going to continue this treatment since I'll be going to Zaria? They now told me that they were going to package the concoction inside a bottle, this swan water bottle, empty swan water bottle, that they'll package it inside so that I could take it to Zaria. I said, okay. They now did it. I took it to Zaria. When the day I got to Zaria, as I was just stepping out of my vehicle, the vehicle that brought me to Zaria, I now called my friend that works with 7up bottling company. Ablai is his name. He's still living in Zaria there. So I told Ablai I was around, and this is what brought me. I'm going to be here for some time, and I'm already going to the hotel. He said, no, that his house is 3-bedroom flat. How can he be here? And then I'll come to town and then stay in the hotel. But I should come to his house. I said, since this night has been paid for, let me sleep there. So that the next day I'll bring my bag and then come to your house. He said, okay. That night, as I was sleeping inside that room, before I entered that room, an object flew from nowhere and entered into my body through my feet, and then went and destroyed a particular part of my waist. From there, the thing now moved into my head and then coiled my head with a very long tail. I presume that object was a dragon because it has a very long tail, and then it was spitting out fire from the mouth. So that long tail now was used, the dragon now used that long tail to coil my eye, this particular aspect of my eye. Because there's a connecting rod.
This is not dream, this is physical.
It's physical. It's physical.
Yes.
This eye that time was swollen. So there's a connecting rod, there's a rod connecting the eye to the brain. So that rod that connected that eye to the brain was what the dragon was trying to destroy and then to distort, which it eventually did. That particular one was distorted. So the dragon now went and caged itself on my head and was staying there. From there, it was now moving around my body, destroying my body, my vital body. It was busy destroying them. So I now called Gambari back. I said, Gambari, my body was not like this when I came to your place. Now look at what I'm going through. What am I going to do? He said I should come back to Bauchi. I should come immediately. When we have not even resumed the job that brought me to Bauchi, I have not even to Zaria. I have not even started doing it. You are now asking me to come back to Zaria. I mean to Bauchi. I said okay. The next day was on a Monday. I went to the office. I explained to the head of operations, Yoruba man. He now said no, that we just started. That I should not start giving excuses. That it's a new branch and we have a mandate. We must make profit. I should not start by giving them excuse that they don't want it. I said I'm sorry. Please help me. He said I should go and discuss with the branch head. The name of the branch head was Musa Ibrahim. As I speak with you, he's now a very senior manager in one of the branches in Kaduna. It's a very good friend of mine. He likes me. In fact, we always were like this. So I went and met him. I don't know him from anywhere. We met in Zaria for the first time. I explained the problem to him that I would want to go back to Bauchi for an assignment. He said no. After some time, he said okay, I should go. Before that, I had already moved my things from that hotel to Abdullah's house. That my friend works with. So I was in his house. I left my things there. Then I now went to Bauchi during the weekend. So when I went to Gambari's place, I explained to him. He said I should bring money so that they can buy snap. I said how much is snap? He told me. I gave him the money. He said okay, I will need to bait again for the second time, which he did. And after that was done, he now came back and told me that I should go and bring 100,000 naira. I said what is 100,000 naira? He said money. I said, but this was not our agreement. This is not what we agreed on. You asked for 6,000 and I've already paid you. Why are you now asking me for another 100,000? He now told me that if I don't bring this money, I was going to die. He said I bring this money or I should stop coming to this place. It now dawned on me that I was in the wrong place.
The wrong place.
I said, okay, there's no problem. Let me go. I left his house. I came back to Zaria the next day. That was when the rape battle started. All those things that Gambari gave me to drink started walking around my body. They started manifesting themselves one after the other. The water he gave me to drink and other concoction that he gave me to drink, even the one he used in washing my head, was to introduce me to different shrines, different demons. All of them started manifesting. They started coming, including the kingdom of the dead, because the white clothes he brought that
from the grave, yeah.
It was from the grave. A dead man was always following me up and down. The spirit of the dead was introduced also into my body. I was facing the demons that were resident inside my body were more than 50. All of them with different assignments. As this one is completing its own, another one will come and take over to keep me down perpetually so that I will not